Hey everybody, Tim Conley here. We're in pretty scary times. I've been saying for well over a month that we were about to go into a recession. We're solidly in one now. Sure, the government hasn't said so, but governments have been freaking out all over the place, issuing tons of money, trying to push it out into the market to keep everybody solvent, to keep the whole economy moving. And that makes things a bit scary. So I want to assure you that if you're in the agency space, if you're an expert, if you are someone who has professional services at the ready, then you are 4 yeses. That's it. Just 4 yeses will change your life. So you know what to do.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah.
I've been teaching Little Hinges Swing Big Doors for years now. It transformed my life, and I'm hoping I can help you transform yours with that very same concept. Little Hinges are just a small number of clients who pay you a significant amount of money for the work that you do, valuable work that you do, and you are able to have an amazing life from that. That's the truest essence of Little Hinges Swinging Big Doors. So 4 yeses is all that you need. If you can get 4 people to say yes to an offer that you have, you can completely transform your life. Let me take you back 2 decades when I got started. I heard the phrase Little Hinges Swing Big Doors, and I realized that if I got 10 people to pay me $10,000, I would be set. Like that was my dream. I would be set. I could have 10 projects where I could do fun, interesting work and get paid a king's ransom. I had a young family and I needed to pay the bills, and to be able to make $10,000 a month, that would have been fantastic. On this channel for the last year and a half that I've been doing it, I've been saying get 10 to 12 clients. That's all you need to run an agency. And that was in good times. But let's say you don't want to run that agency anymore. Maybe it's just too stressful trying to keep everybody employed. Maybe it's just too stressful for you to try to go out and get new business because you've lost a lot of business. Or you're just getting started and you're like, oh my gosh, I was just getting started on this professional services game and the world came to an end. Well, don't try to build a whole agency then. Get 4 people to say yes to a sizable project. And when I say sizable, I'm actually being conservative. $25,000 is what I feel is the minimum you should charge for any client. Sure, there's a lot of clients out there that have less than $25,000 and would be willing to pay you for you doing some work, and you might have to take those. But what I'm saying is if you put the effort in to just getting 4 people to pay you $25,000, you can change your life. It is transformative. I did this very thing with my business partner, Joe Hughes, with Contractor Dynamics. A couple of years ago, Joe was just really stressed with the agency. He went into doing lead generation in the construction industry because, well, the construction industry loves leads. They love paying for leads. But it's a very stressful type of business model. I warned him not to get into it, but he went after it because it was an easy sale and we were making money, but it was stressing him out. Lots of clients paying a decent amount of money, not massive money, but good money. And it seemed like it would be golden, except, well, they were canceling. I'm just not going to do it this month. They only paid a couple of months. So he was doing the whole monthly recurring revenue model. I warned against that also. And now he had this machine that required staff to keep running, which also required always getting new clients because clients were always dropping out. They're like, oh, I'm too busy now. You guys were so great. I'm super successful. I can't handle any more jobs. So we're going to shut off this marketing machine. And then revenue would drop. And then he'd have to build it back up. Our expenses stayed the same. So it was really stressful. And I told Joe, it's like, okay, now are you willing to listen to me? Are you willing to go get 4 yeses? If you get 4 yeses for $25,000 projects, it will transform the business. So Joe asked me, well, what would I sell? I was like, well, we're already selling it. But what if we could condense what we're already selling into a 1 to 2 month project as opposed to spreading out that work over the course of 12 months? What if we packaged it all the way down and got it done in 1 to 2 months? And he was like, oh, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know how it would work out. So he didn't do it. And I kept telling him, just give it a shot. Just give it a shot. I flew out to New Jersey and I was sitting in the office. We were having this exact discussion again. And I kept telling him 4 yeses. 4 yeses will transform this agency. It will transform your life because we will be highly profitable, and all the work that you're doing over the course of a year, hoping to get over the course of a year, can be done in 1 to 2 months. And your clients are going to be super happy with it, and you're going to be happy with it. He was like, okay, yeah, I'll do it eventually. I said, no, we'll do it right now. I'm sitting in your office. Pick up the phone, call some of our older clients, and offer them this package. He got a hold of 3 clients that day. 2 of them said yes that very day. The third one said yes later. Those 3 phone calls brought in $50,000 that day. On the books, 50 grand on the books. He was unsure of himself, so he billed them in 2 installments instead of $25,000 up front. So we got $25,000 that month, and then the very next month got the other $25,000. Here's the amazing part. All the work that went into those projects gave us a net margin of 50%. That means profit. That means cost of goods sold plus overhead were paid for in that first 50%. The other 50%, that was EBITDA. That was earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization, right? That was profit. Let me put this into perspective. We were doing $35,000 a month in recurring revenue at that time. We added $25,000 in that first day. That put us from $35,000 to $60,000. Actually, it set us up for the very next month to be $60,000 again. That is powerful. And that wasn't even all 4 yeses. Joe had to go out and get the other yeses in the very next month. Now let's put this into your life. I keep saying $25,000 for a project. Do not do $25,000 divided up by 12 months. That is going to put you under a lot of stress. You're going to have some anxiety from that because you don't know if they're going to stick around for a full 12 months. I want you to book $25,000 or more in a short time frame. You might get that in a single payment, or you might do like Joe and split it into 2 payments. If you're doing a multi-phase project where you got 5 phases to the project, you might charge $5,000 for each phase. That's still acceptable because those phases don't have to take 5 months. Those phases could still take 3 months. The key is to get most of that money in a short time frame, because this will eliminate a lot of your anxiety. And I've worked with a lot of clients over the years who have always been in that anxiety mode of, am I going to lose these clients? Because I don't get to keep most of them for an entire year. So if I only get $2,000 a month and they leave 4 months later, I'm not hitting my financial goals. So I want you to focus on project income. You might still get recurring revenue from these clients, and that's bonus. Do not count that recurring revenue as part of that $25,000. I'm serious, don't do it. Take the transformative money. This message is going to individual professional services. If you've got an agency, you're going to have to alter those numbers, but you can still have 4 yeses that can transform your agency even in a time like this. It might not be 25,000, it might be 100,000, it might be 250,000. 4 yeses in the course of a year can completely change how you do business. It can make sure you survive any financial downturn. What I want you to do is figure out what the package is that you can sell. That's $25,000. It's going to have some thinking, strategy, the stuff that plans out what you're going to do. You're going to charge for that. It's going to have some labor, whatever your labor is. You're going to break down your normal service and find a way to package that down into 1 month, maybe 2 months to deliver it. This is key to being transformative. If it takes a long time, you will create anxiety in yourself and it will not transform your life. What we did at Contractor Dynamics was we packaged up a website service where it was a redesign or a refresh, some brand identity work, and also setting up a Facebook ad campaign, the very first campaign, and get it tested and things like that in that very first month. It didn't include keeping that campaign running. It was just those two things, get everything prepared, essentially creating a funnel for those clients. We didn't call it that because they wouldn't have understood what we were building. So we just said a website and a Facebook ad campaign. But the two together created a funnel for generating leads. And we billed that at $25,000. And we figured out that the way we did our services, it was very, very profitable to do. Let's say you're just doing Facebook ads and not websites and anything else, just the ads and running those campaigns. Well, you're probably doing it in the monthly payment structure. But there's a lot of setup that goes in the beginning, a lot of thinking, a lot of planning. What I want you to do is package all that up into a $25,000 package. Then do the monthly recurring revenue. Do that service after the fact, because there's a lot that you can package up into just doing those. You can create campaigns. If you need to create more than one campaign to justify $25,000 to your clients, then create more than one campaign. The key is setting it up as a finite project. After all this, you probably still don't believe me. Joe didn't believe me until he got those first yeses. Go get those 4 yeses and see for yourself. See how it alters the way you see the world. When you feel like you're not suffering, when you know that I'm not just going to survive economic downturns, I'm actually going to thrive during it. My income is going to be stable. My income is assured because I got these 4 yeses. That's it. I hope you use this lesson and give me a yes. Give me a yes in the form of a like, a subscribe, a share, and all the socials. And I'll see you in the next video. Hey, before you go, check out this video. This is the business model I recommend all agencies use. It works today in rough economic times just as well as it did a couple of months ago. So go watch it, do it, just click it right now, just go. All right, I'll talk to you later.